exactly what to say to win our parents' hearts. I knew that even if I stood right in front of them and told them all of Felix's cruel behavior over the years, they'd only slap me across the face and accuse me of making things up, saying that I was just jealous of him. After all these years, I had gotten used to it. In the middle of their conversation, my older sister, Ashley Goodman, burst into the room. Her footsteps were hurried as she anxiously rushed to check on Felix. The moment she heard about the accident, she immediately flew in from another state without a second thought, and just like my parents, she only cared about Felix. Once she confirmed he was okay, Ashley let out a sigh of relief before fuming. I've always said that Sean is a curse to our family. Ever since Felix was born, he's been hurting him again and again. Felix took the opportunity to act pitiful. Don't be angry, Ash. I'm sure Sean didn't mean to hurt me. The whole family burst into an uproar upon hearing this. Dad slammed the table. What? He actually caused the car accident to hurt you? Mom clenched her teeth. Bastard, I'll make him pay. Felix flinched as though he realized things had gone too far and they might start questioning the story. He hurriedly said to them, please, don't be mad at Sean, okay? Maybe I remembered it wrong. No matter what, he's still my brother. He wouldn't do something like that. Ashley gently tapped his forehead. You're just too naive. You have no idea how evil some people can be. At this point, Mom chimed in. It's truly a blessing to have a son like you. All right, I'll listen to you. Let's forget about that ungrateful brat and focus on getting you well again. The warm golden light of the setting sun spilled across Felix's hospital bed. Watching the four of them together, a happy, united family, I felt an indescribable ache in my chest. In that moment, I realized how out of place my soul truly was. It was as if I wasn't one of them at all, like I was just a stray dog that wandered into their home. I wanted to leave, but my spirit was bound tightly to Mom's side. I couldn't speak. I could only watch and endure their contempt in silence. A few days later, under the family's meticulous care, Felix was discharged from the hospital. Mom was busy packing his things, while Dad had already parked the car right outside the hospital door. Afraid Felix might have to walk even a single extra step, Ashley wouldn't even let him put on his shoes by himself. On the way home, Mom muttered irritably, Sean is really something else. He didn't even visit his brother at the hospital even once, let alone apologize. I'm going to teach him a lesson once we get home. Dad glanced at Mom and said coldly, I told you keeping him at home was asking for trouble. Sooner or later, something bad was bound to happen. Hearing the words, teach him a lesson, left me feeling a complicated mix of emotions. Long-buried memories came flooding back into my mind. Since I was young, Mom had always favored Felix. I was expected to always give in to him. Then, in elementary school, Dad had beaten me so badly that I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days, just because I fought with Felix over a toy car. It was my favorite toy, even though it had come as a freebie along with the gift Dad bought for Felix during a business trip. It had become my most cherished possession. Felix, who already had boxes full of toy cars, insisted on fighting me for that one. In the tug of war, he suddenly screamed and burst into tears. Mom rushed over, distressed, and hugged him while crying and yelling at me. Sean Goodman, your brother has already suffered so much because of you. What more do you want from him? It wasn't me. Before I could even explain, Felix squeezed out a few tears and said, Mom, don't be angry. It was my fault. I shouldn't have made trouble by fighting with Sean over a toy. When Dad got home and saw that scene, he immediately pulled me aside and started beating me. Cold-hearted kid like you doesn't deserve to stay in this house. Keeping you here is just waiting for a disaster to happen. I cried and begged him to stop, but the more I cried, the more convinced Dad was that I was faking it, and the harder he hit. Mom and Ashley just stood at a distance, watching coldly. It was as if I was their enemy, and they wouldn't be satisfied until Dad beat me to death. From that day on, whenever I made Felix cry, it would mean receiving scoldings or beating.